Well, hello everybody. I'm up here in my garden. I was doing some weeding around the tomato plants and happened to look at my potatoes and seen a couple potato bugs. So I grabbed the potato bugs and smashed them. That was on the one plant, and then I seen two more on that same plant. So I grabbed them, I got them. I'm gonna go down and check my chickens, check for eggs, and I'm gonna feed them these two potato bugs. But now I'm going around checking all the other plants, making sure I don't find any more potato bugs on these potatoes. You get them potato bugs on those potatoes, they'll eat them up in no time at all. Then you don't end up with very many potatoes. Kills the plants off before they get developed. So that's what I'm doing. I'm checking out these potatoes really good, and now that I found a couple bugs on there, I'm gonna have to keep a really close eye on them every day. Check on the undersides of the leaves. That's where they lay their eggs. Smash the eggs, get rid of them. Otherwise I'm gonna be in a world of hurt. Yeah, I've been watching them really close and checking every day. Potatoes are doing good, they're getting tall. I bought a 50-pound bag and I got 25 pounds planted. And when I hilled them up, that's when I hilled these up for the second time. Well, after, actually planting them and then hilled them up once, I guess. I went ahead and planted the other 25 pounds, and they're just starting to break through on the ground. So another week or so, 2 weeks maybe, I'll probably have to hill them up. They'll all be up through the ground. They're really spotty right now where they're breaking through, but I'll wait until they're all up really good, and then I'll put some more dirt on them, hill them up one more time, get them down in some deep soil. But yeah, they're just starting to break through. I'll show you one here really quick. There's one that's just popping through. What I done is I planted just either on the outside of the original row, there's the original row, or I planted on the inside. And actually one section I planted on the inside and outside. Like you can see all that dirt right there. See right there's a potato popping up on that inside row. I think that's the only one in that section. I'll go down here. Right there's one just coming up. There's another one right there. Come around the corner here. Let's see. Right there's one just starting to break through the ground. You can just see it. There's another one right there starting to break through. So the second half of my potatoes are breaking ground, so that's good. So just here, another bug on my potato, but it wasn't a potato bug. Anyways, so it won't be long and I'll be putting more dirt on top of them potatoes as they all get broke up through the ground. I'd show you my garden, but I got a bunch of weeding to do around my tomato plants. I shouldn't say around them, it's in between them. I put that weed barrier cloth. But like on the path between the rows, a lot of grass is coming up, so I was up here pulling a bunch of grass. I finally got some pole beans planted. I just planted them a little bit ago. And I planted bush beans and they weren't coming up, and I watered them. And after I watered them, I had like four of them come up, but now I watered them again. Now I got quite a few coming up that I planted. My peppers are doing good. They were a little droopy this morning. I turned the sprinkler on them, let it run all day, and boy, it pepped them right up. So I was kind of worried about them. They're sagging a little bit, but they look better now that they've been watered all day long. Anyhow, yeah, I'll get the rest of that weeding done. Hopefully I can get it done tomorrow. And I'm gonna get some grass clippings to put around, or put down between the rows, and I'm gonna put some around the actual tomato plants. And then I'll give you a shot of that, let you see how good my garden's going. Cabbage is going good. It's really growing. But I just been keeping busy with the garden. Got that foam insulation done in the building. I'll take you down there really quick and do a panorama around the building and show you the foam insulation. Right there it is. As you can see, it's all done. So I gotta get working on digging over in the corner there and getting my drain pipes for the bathroom sink and the shower and the kitchen sink over there. I gotta get that dug in and do a little dirt work around right along the walls and get sand in here and pack it down and get concrete poured. Anyhow, that's the Morton building. I'll tell you a quick story and then I'll let you go for now. The day the guy was finishing up, that morning, Heidi says, here's the check, because we had to pay him the second half. He said, here's the check and you can go pay that guy. I said, I got all day, or at least half a day before he'll be done. I'll just take it out when he's done. So a little while later, my wife called and said, you gotta move the skid loader. You're parked behind me. I need to run to town. I said, okay. So I come move the skid loader, and she said, I poured you a glass of tea. And she's in there on the counter, and I said, oh, okay. She said, well, you can take it out there with you and sit there and watch him spray that foam. And I said, yeah. I said, might as well. He's about done, though. But I'll go in and grab it. And she said, well, get his check while you go in there. So I did. Well, anyhow, I thought I'm going to get him one of my YouTube magnets, my magnets that I have for my YouTube channel. So they go on your refrigerator. So I grabbed one and took it out with me along with the check and my glass of tea. I was sitting there at that booth you seen in there, that Subway booth there in the building. I was sitting there drinking my tea, had that check in my hand, his magnet, and watching him just finish up. He didn't have a whole lot left, and he had me move the hose that was in his way to move the lift that he's using. So I moved the hose out of the way, and he had to move the lift to get one shot up high on the wall. So I done that, and then he moved on over and parked it and got down. He had one section on, or two little sections on the other side of the lift, and he went and done them. Well, when I moved that hose for him, I had that magnet and that check, so I just stuck it to the frame of that table. Stuck it basic to the base of it, or the leg. And I was over on the other side of that machine watching him spray that last bit of foam. And got done spraying, and he took off his mask, and he turned around, and Posey, my goat, was in the building, and she jumped up on the lift, up on the tire, and then jumped up on the engine compartment, and then over on the other tire. And so I chased her out. And lo and behold, I went around the other side of the machine. There laid my magnet on the floor, or on the ground, and she'd eaten the check. So I had to call my wife, because my wife just happened to put the last checkbook in her purse. She's got to order new checks, but she just put the last checkbook in her purse and had gone to town. So I had to call her and say, you got to get back here. I said, Posey ate the check. Got to pay this guy. I was mad. Anyways, that's what happened to me. The goat ate a check. Well, I'm going to let you go. See y'all later. And don't forget I love you. Bye.